Have you ever stopped to think that Krishna, thousands of years ago, left lessons that can transform your life now in a simple and profound way? These lessons are not just words, but spiritual guides that can free you from doubts, fears, and uncertainties. And what if I told you that Krishna can help you find answers to questions you've been carrying for years? Stay with me until the end, because what you are going to learn today could change your life forever. Now let's move on to the first lesson. Did you know that Krishna teaches us from the Bhagavad Gita that the secret to inner peace lies in detachment? It's not about distancing yourself from the world, but about understanding that material possessions and the expectations of others cannot control our inner state. Krishna says, "Do your work, but don't be attached to its fruits." What does this mean in practice? When you place your happiness in the hands of something external, a job, a relationship, or even the expectations of those around you, you are trapped. Krishna teaches us that true freedom lies in acting without expecting a reward, in living fully in the present, without the weight of expectations. Imagine if you could, for a moment, let go of all fears and anxieties about the future and what others think. Have you ever felt that your happiness depends on something outside of your control? Krishna teaches us that when we learn to act without expecting anything in return, we become lighter, more connected to the present, and the universe begins to conspire in our favor. Have you ever wondered why some things happen in your life, as if everything were out of control? Krishna, with his divine wisdom, teaches us about the power of karma, the universal law of cause and effect. What you do comes back to you. But contrary to what many people think, karma is not just about punishment or reward. It's about learning and evolution. Imagine that, throughout your life, you have been planting seeds in your heart. Every action, every thought is a seed that you place in the soil. What you plant grows. If you sow positivity, it will flourish. If you sow anger, sadness, and revenge, that is what will come back to you. Krishna tells us that by doing good deeds with a pure heart, you create a path of light that leads to inner peace. Have you ever stopped to think about the seeds you are planting? If you want to reap a future full of love, gratitude, and happiness, you need to sow now. Karma is not just a consequence of your actions, but also the key to transforming your destiny. Krishna teaches us that change begins within us, and the world around us reflects that. Krishna, God Himself, teaches us one of the most powerful and profound lessons about love. True love is that which demands nothing in return. And, if you stop to think about it, what most of us call love often comes with expectations. We expect something in return. Krishna teaches us that divine love transcends any expectation, any need for reciprocation. Imagine the freedom that comes when you love someone simply because that person deserves to be loved. Not for something they have done or will do, but because deep down you see the intrinsic value of that soul. When we love in this way, we free the person and ourselves from the chains of expectations. Love becomes pure, untethered, flowing freely. Krishna demonstrates this not only in his actions, but also in his relationship with Arjuna, with humanity, and even with his followers. Krishna's love is unconditional and immeasurable. Can you imagine loving without expecting anything in return? Krishna shows us that this is the key to true peace and spiritual growth. When love is unconditional, it expands infinitely, touching everyone around you. It is transformative not only for the one who receives it, but for the one who offers it. Love for Krishna is the most powerful force in the universe. Krishna teaches us a fundamental lesson about balance. Live in the present, but without attachment to the future. In a world where we are always chasing the next goal, we often forget that true peace is in the now. Krishna, with his divine wisdom, reveals to us that the secret to a balanced life is to act in the present without the weight of the future and without the weight of the past. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the future? Worried about things that haven't even happened yet? Krishna teaches us that by becoming too attached to what is to come, we lose the value of the present moment. Life is happening now, and it is in this space that we can make our decisions with clarity, without the clouds of anxiety. He guides us to act with intention, but without attachment to the results. This is the path of balance. Can you free yourself from the anxiety of the future and live in the present? When we manage to be 100% present, Krishna tells us that the mind calms down and inner peace settles in. Everything flows naturally. What you need, what you desire, is already in the present. Free yourself from the prison of the future and find the balance that Krishna teaches. Krishna teaches us that true transformation happens when we fully trust in a higher power. Often we feel as if we need to control everything in our lives. But Krishna shows us that by surrendering our worries and fears to the divine, true transformation happens. He says, when you surrender completely to me, everything you need will be given to you. Surrender does not mean weakness or giving up, but a conscious choice to trust. Krishna shows us that true strength comes from faith. By surrendering to this higher force, we not only find solutions to our challenges, but we also open ourselves to a path of peace, wisdom, and enlightenment. Faith guides us in moments of doubt, and it is through it that we find answers, as the divine hand is always there, supporting us. Are you ready to surrender and trust in the universe? When you surrender from the heart, you release the burden of control and open yourself up to a more fluid, more balanced life. Krishna teaches us that when we truly surrender, the universe conspires in our favor, bringing everything we need for our spiritual journey. So, are you ready to put these lessons into practice and transform your life with the teachings of Krishna? Now that you've learned these 5 powerful lessons, remember, true change begins within you. Krishna offers us the keys to inner peace, and the path is within your reach. If this video touched your heart, please like, comment on what impacted you the most, and subscribe to the channel for more content on the teachings of Krishna. Share this with someone who needs to hear this message today. Let's spread wisdom and enlightenment together.